in a partnership with the Blazers. Another example of giving something back by the Grand Ronde Tribes and their Spirit Mountain Community Fund.
You'll find our more loosely constructed suits fit as well in the casual workplace as they do the after workplace.
The out of comfort. Batman's White House.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
When the big story breaks.
Right now, live news jumper 6.
Turn to the people of Coin 60 News.
Police arrest 5 Oregon teenagers.
Everywhere you need to be.
Human remains were discovered.
Big raid came just south.
Police are looking for 2 men.
The best people, the best coverage. With Ken Body. This is Coin 60 News at 6:30.
President Bush marks an important milestone in his first year in office.
That would make it a Harris thing. Didn't you say? I was thinking it was a cushion, but it's definitely a Harris thing. I didn't feel the solid bronze. It's a solid bronze head. Beautiful name. Value-wise, somewhere around $2,500 to $3,500. Great vein.
I'm here with Lee Richmond, who's brought some great tools in. Lee, I used to work in wood, and I really love how old tools look. Tell us about these.
Well, Dan, one of the things about tools is people tend to take them for granted. In the 19th century and before the days of mass production, a tool really reflected the artistic influences of its maker. And while the affluent were able to surround themselves with works of art, common working people made jealous utilitarian objects to reflect their own artistic needs.
Where are most of these tools from?
For the selection of the here today are all American-made tools. American tools tended to be made in the British tradition, so often it's not so obvious on which side of the Atlantic a tool was made. This brace here, for example, that's in a style we call the Sheffield brace, and many, many thousands of them are made in Sheffield, and even today, nice examples are relatively common. But that particular example was made in Philadelphia. It was actually a quite scarcer tool.
What's the oldest tool here?
Well, this New England crown molder would be the oldest tool. It was made by a man named John Sleeper, who served in the Revolutionary Army and actually fought in the Battle of Bunker Hill. The blade itself was made between 1770 and 1790. And if we turn it over here, you can see why it's called a crown molding blade. It has the reverse of the profile of a crown molding, so it would be used on something like a chest of drawers, say a New England highboy, something like that.
How do you know who made it?
It's actually signed by the maker. Right here, there's the stamp of John Sleeper on the front of the plate. And that, again, is one of the interesting things about tools, that they did tend to be signed more often than most cases with the maker's mark, which makes it great for tracking that attribution.
What establishes value in an old tool?
Like other collectibles, collectors are concerned with the condition, the rarity, but I think most important of all, the desirability of the item.
What is desirable in a tool?
Well, how easy it is to display, what is the visual appeal. Collectors are looking for things that really look good in a display in their home.
And what kind of value are we talking about here?
Well, one of the interesting things about tools from a beginning collector's perspective is how reasonably priced some very good tools still are.